Paul is in immense pain, lying on his stomach. Suddenly, John Coffey calls out again, saying he needs to talk. Despite his pain, Paul goes to his cell. As soon as he gets close, John pulls him to the bars and places his hand where Paul's infection is. Suddenly, the cell's light begins to glow intensely, so much that the bulb bursts. At that moment, Paul's pain vanishes completely. Inside the cell, John starts coughing, and a black, ash-like substance comes out of his mouth and dissolves into the air. Paul asks what he just did. John says, "I helped you, what else?" and adds, "But now I'm really tired. I want to sleep." Paul goes to the washroom and realizes there is no pain at all. He's completely healed. His view of John Coffey changes completely. Now the day of Dell's execution arrives. He is worried about what will happen to his mouse, Mr. Jingles, after he's gone. A guard reassures him, saying they will send the mouse to the circus, where it will perform well and stay safe. Just then, the mouse came out of the cell, and Percy crushed it under his foot and walked away as if nothing had happened. Dell began crying loudly over the death of his mouse. John Coffey was also watching all this. He said, "Quickly bring the mouse to me." Paul picked it up and placed it in his hands. John took the mouse in his hands and blew on it. A bright light glowed between his hands. Then again, ash-like particles came out of his mouth. Everyone was stunned to see this, and in the next moment, the mouse came back to life and ran to Dell. But now, the time for Dell's execution had come. He was seated in the electric chair. The execution in charge this time was Percy. Percy had earlier promised that if he was made in charge of someone's execution, he would apply for a transfer. Thanks to his connections, it had already been approved. For the condemned prisoner, a wet sponge was placed on the head to ensure the electric current hit the brain quickly and the death would be less painful. But Percy deliberately used a dry sponge on Dell's head, which caused him an extremely painful death. After witnessing this horrific execution, Paul was furious. He threatened Percy that if he didn't leave the prison soon, he would file a report stating that when William attacked them, Percy's hands were shaking, and despite being free to attack, he didn't act. He was unfit to be a prison guard. And that day, when William grabbed him, Percy had wet his pants. Panicked, Percy promised he would leave as soon as possible. As Paul walked past John's cell, he saw that John was crying deeply. John said he could feel Dell's pain, and that Mr. Jingles, the mouse, had also felt it, which is why he ran away. John added that he was very tired now and wanted to sleep. Then came the day of John's execution. Paul asked John if he had any last words. John said he regretted not being able to save the girls. As his face was about to be covered, John said to Paul, "I'm afraid of the dark. Please don't cover my face." Paul honored his wish. Watching an innocent man being executed brought tears to the eyes of all the guards. Paul struggled to give the order to activate the electric chair. But in the end, he had to, and poor John Coffey was executed.